Ladies and gentlemen, this is briefly about mortgages, and this is located in Misagar. This is Misagar, roughly 1,319,900. Okay, the mortgages, and briefly about edition for hired Sudan editors salaries. The person who will be working Sudan editors salaries. What is your annual gross incomes or salaries you will be making? Your preferred figures is here if whatever how conditionally Africa situation is, and then that's the kind of salaries for beginners. And then people with the no experience and with experience, and then to the capacities of different. Okay, so and then that is the World Humanitarian Days, which was yesterday, and yesterday was August 19th. Today is August 2020, so that was Humanitarian Day. Briefly, and if you see there, this is briefly about August 19th, according to four sources. Okay, and then you know how humanitarian today is, how important they are, and then why and how. So as you read the confidential information of that, then you will be able to know that this is important case towards that. Okay, case a lot of case because that is a more than a million the people lost their life in world wars, then for which they need to be remembered, they need to be recognized. And if, for instance, you have one vehicle or 100 vehicles and more than 100 vehicles, and then this is the procedures we are using. Okay, procedures we are using to actually get this line to understand thoroughly, and then get to the next level those lines. So this bank's fuel cost. Okay, our fuel cost. If you want, you apply for the Mastercard. You use the Mastercard, and then how to get yourself to the discount. Okay, and if you look here, this is briefly areas that take you to addition to the university questionnaires, and then how to answer those questions. Okay, briefly about the university's questions. And then now let's begin with those questions. Questions one is there, and then these are the kind of smokes, the cases of the smokers. So the brand of the smokes that tackles, and then we have areas here in question 2, and then the average cases which it deals normally when it comes to decision. When you have of those cases, cases pertaining to prices, cases pertaining to exams, and then what is the rate of exams. You can see there we hit how much, roughly 100, and then yeah, we may say it does is 90 to 200. Mostly we are A plus average, and then which is considerably past exams. Okay, so and on the other questions we also ask, have you ever been told by doctors or other mental professionals that you have ADHD or ADD, attention or deficit? Okay, and then the disorder, and then the cases, of course, that is a mental illness and disorderly cases such as running mad because you have a smoke, then you have a drink, now you are lacking those things, you are addicted to some things, and then those things, they are not easy to make them. And then how do you feel? So we say we are feeling fine for doctoral cases. Okay, to keep the files in good condition. So, how would you, of course, describe your family's financial situations? We are living completely comfortable and then meeting basic expenses and not really meeting basic expenses. Just just meaning basic expenses. Just meeting basic expenses. And then the meeting needs with the a little left over. That's you have at least a balance to serve. You're saving balance and then you are buying but you're saving balance. You have little bit money. So in those areas that is configurably how far do you live or which city or town do you live in. For me, of course, this is London, Ontario. I'm located in London, Ontario. And then if it comes to the conclusion of the questions, of course, we are finished here, finish all the questions, and that is roughly 100 point there. But that is a lot of questions. The questions normally tackles smokers, and the drunkards. Okay, works only with the smokers and drunkards and tackled majorly that lines. So if you look here, this is Sudan smokers, liquors, QAs. Okay, questions and answer cases of drunkards and smokers. So we try to hide some of those files for community basis. So if we pull them out to all to the communities and then they are not easy to read them and then follow them. There are a lot of questions. That is roughly 300 questions there concerned to alcohols and liquors and tackling all the disputes. Asking, is Sudan really working hard? We said yes, we as Sudanese we're working hard. And then which Sudanese they don't work hard? That we said yeah, maybe if you look there could be the South Sudanese people they are not working hard. And then if you see they may claim they are working hard now because they got hired now, okay, for them. And then what about those years? Where are they rebels because they are not at work? They were carrying gun to the expect. That is not a job, and then this is the jobs. So I think they are working. So if they are working and we are Sudanese, we are still working because we are keeping the copyrights and we are very busy at work and we are really working. Okay, that is a little bit a lot of works for us, the Sudanese. And then on the areas here, let's see here we have forgotten heroes of this one. We pray for all of them. Okay, and then vis-a-vis, and then on the release of the informations today, someone just asked me here and then talked to me, and this information here I took from his line. Okay, and then this is a press release. I think is responsible. They are, I think they are talking like that. That is the Madi areas, Equatoria. Okay, which they are saying so here on the information area. So if I happen to hold it very far there, you can read the whole thing there, I guess. Now you can read. If we zoom it, so it's a lot of cases. I cannot read all of them. It's a lot of essays. The guy wrote there are too much problems and then said they want to take this matter to Kampala, and then how will they be able to take the matter to Kampala because the guy this Dinka guy in Juba are blocking all the Equatorians they don't want. So the people here, the Equatorian people, they want to split away from the guy. So they want to put the map of Equatoria where roughly two different to Uganda temporary, and then as a Sudan, okay, Equatoria Sudan, and then they will divide this land. That's what they were talking. So if we will also go and open for you the messages the guy have there, okay. Then that is a little bit a lot of information. So you can see there they have their conclusions here down here with the questions, and then the other one is from us, okay. So that is briefly about the other areas. So let's configure. They will have their ideas promoted, okay. So briefly, that is about our new map of Sudan, and then our concentrations briefly, and then the project we have for Sudan, and then let's say here, and then let's go to Facebooks, and then just read briefly about this information that the guy have there over the Facebooks. So if you see here, that is the guy is on tier, and then asks me a lot of questions, and then the conversation was like that. Ready for Equatorial separations? We Equatorians ready for anything? And then brother, let's get serious. We are ready all for the grand actions. And then if you are delaying through drawing, just give us logic. Okay, and then that is how it goes, and then the Equatorial separation will start right soon. So I just respond here down here, okay, and then I happen to write thank you, thank you. Then I just say thank you, keep up, we will fix, and then we must work, teamwork, to boost this one our achievement in Juba, Sudan. Understand your pain, and then mine too is too much, and then of course we are all on it together. Okay, we will change things back to Sudan if that is the situations. That is my first response to there, and the guy is not certified. And then I put what did Dinka-Nuer did in the Sudan, SPLA jobs, in SPLA job in Sudan. What do they do? So what did we do in Sudan as a Sudanese? We did Sudan map drawing. Does it help more than SPLA but gun work or what? That is the question I asked there, and then the response here by him, he responded, and then okay, check my profile. I have plenty of map, plenty of Sudan map. Right there, right click, and then check the information. Left click. Left click is right here. If you left click on the images like this one here, you left click. Okay, you left click the image. You left click. This is left click is right here on the mouse. I refer the whole thing right here. So let's say this is left click. You see there, left click can bring you save link. Okay, save as. You are right there. You can save the data to your computer. So if you do right here, you can show that. right there, and then we can press escape. We leave that, and then that's all. I just saw him what to do there, okay, briefly, and then he just told me somewhere there, not his or her, and then not his or her consent, it is our browser consent. Do you care? Let me take it to Kampala. That's what he said. Thank you for taking your times. So on the other areas, he just said, what are the evidence? That's what I said. What are the evidence of this taking? Is it our map, or their map, or the list of those reported missing, killed Equatorians? That is crazy QAs built addition to shoulder check, be saved and reformed. So that is the conclusion we have, and then we may expand the conversations. But till like I finish this editing here. Okay, vis-a-vis, I think that is a clue. It gives you a clue what to be and who to be in Sudan. So work as a Sudanese, work hard. If you are not really working, so try to report things which is available there. You are wasting the rest of the peoples. So those guys, they are not interested. As a South Sudanese, they are not interested. They're interested in what? In Sudan jobs. That's all they do for a living, I guess. So let's try to be good whenever we are at work. So that's all we should do in that support.